Hello, everyone, and welcome to Remericast. I'm Kevin Quinlan, and I am very excited today to be joined by Kacy Timmers and Lucas Pereyra from the Northville Pickleball Club. And welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. I'm excited to have you. I was there about, I guess, maybe 2 months ago now. We had the one of the Northville Chamber events at your place, and that was the first time I got to see it, and I was like, this place is awesome, and I had a fun time. So once we started doing the podcast, I was like, gotta get them in here.
You're ready.
So first of all, where is the Pickleball Club?
So we're located on 6 Mile and Haggerty in Northville on the Ward Church property. We're right behind the church by the baseball fields.
Okay, very good. How did you guys get involved? I guess I'll go to you first, Kacy. Like, you're the general manager. How did that come about?
So it ends up being a small world is what the story is. I was at Meadowbrook Country Club in Northville for 5 years as their clubhouse manager, and ended up leaving just due to not loving the shifts, not loving working till 2 a.m. every day, a little bit change of schedule. One of the members called me in July and, how do you feel about running a pickleball facility? I said, I don't know, but let's talk about it. So that was the conversation that sparked where we are now. And I'm so lucky and blessed to be a part of this.
That's good. You're really enjoying it?
Yeah, I love it. I'm a novice player myself,
Right.
but I've got one of the best coaches in the world teaching me along the way. So the game will come, but
yeah. So I understand this guy can play a little bit. He's got just he's got a decent level of skill at pickleball.
Hey, I'm lucky to be there.
Yeah. So Lucas, like, how did you get involved with Northville Pickleball Club?
Yeah. I mean, same thing. It's a small world. If you know pickleball and you've played pickleball for years, you kind of know everybody in the community.
Right.
Especially, started it right at one of the clubs. Usually met all the pickleball players, right, in the community. And that's where I met, multiple of the owners. And then also, like, my stepdad, my family was connected in the scene, and they've known the owners and people involved with Northville Pickleball Club for a while. So that maybe 2 years ago, I started to get heavily into coaching. I've been coaching for 3 years, but I started to get more into coaching, and I was talking to Mike, one of the owners, about potentially joining him at Northville before it was open. And this is before I went to Brighton Pickleball Club, which then I was their unofficial head pro for Brighton Pickleball Club for roughly a year before they opened Northville Pickleball Club. And when that opened, Mike contacted me and he said, "Hey, buddy,
it's time."
He said, "Do you remember me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I remember you." He's like, "Let's go." And we sat down. He actually invited me to Meadowbrook. I sat down with him and Mike and just chatted on if it made sense. And ultimately it did. So that's how I got into Northville Pickleball, and I'm loving it.
So you're a coach there, obviously,
Yeah.
but you're also a pretty accomplished pickleball player. So just explain some of the things you've done playing wise in pickleball.
Yeah. So like I said, I started like maybe 3.5 years ago. And when I first started, I was all in, so it was 6 hours every day. And I kind of started to move up the ranks just because I was young and I played all the time.
Right.
And then I started to play tournaments more and more. Recently, probably started last year, I started to try to travel for them, playing PPA tours. PPA is like one of the big professional tours, the biggest professional tour. And I started to do decently well in those and started to gain points with the PPA and played some of the best players in the world in PPA, beating some signed and, top 20, 30 players in the world. So that's how I kind of built into it, is a couple of years just being hooked. And then the sport being so new, I think it was smart luck, I guess. And
there you go. Little Jim Courtney plug. Anyway, no, just sorry.
I was in the right place at the right time, and I wanted it. I still want it, and started to play against the best players and do better. I still want to do way better than I have, and that's where it's at.
That's that's awesome. That's really cool. So it's like the phenomenon of phenomenons, right? I mean, pickleball, you can't go anywhere you can't be involved in a conversation almost now without it coming up.
Yeah,
just in general, right? It's amazing. What do you guys think makes pickleball so popular? Like, why is it sweeping the country?
I think it's a great representative of building a community and a family. It's more, yes, you get good exercise and yes, you move your body, but the friendships and the family that you make, it's unbelievable. And we see these relationships build and the people that it brings together. It's all different walks of life. And I mean, our youngest player is 5 years old. Our oldest player is 87.
Wow.
So I think we're also breaking the stigma that it's not just the sport for old people. It's the sport for everybody.
Right. Yeah. And I have to say, it's funny you say that because when I first heard of pickleball, I'm like, I'm not playing pickleball. That's for old people. And I was at a club back in Pennsylvania. I started playing tennis there, joined there to play tennis. Guys they were even trying to get me to come play paddle tennis in the wintertime. And to me, I was like, I even thought, I'm like, paddles for old guys. I'm a tennis player. I'm not playing these. And this only goes about 5 years back or whatever. And then one winter, I decided to go out and play paddle. And I realized, wait a second, I don't have to run as much in paddle as I do in tennis. I kind of like this. And I thought paddle was a lot of fun. And then they set up some pickleball courts on the tennis courts, which we all know is also controversial.
Yeah, it's controversial.
The tennis players do not like that. It was pretty funny. So I tried it. You know what? This isn't bad. I could see why people liked it because if you're always involved in the action with the smaller court than tennis, and it doesn't require a huge skill level to start with. You don't have, you can kind of figure it out and have fun with it. What do you think about it? Like,
yeah. So for me, it's like three things. One is just that community and social side of things that you just can't get in that many sports.
Yeah.
It's so easy to set up a game. Easy to meet new people and new friends, make new friends. That's why I loved it to start. And second thing is for a lot of people, I see this is it sparks a new sense of competition for most people. Like for me, I played high school soccer and I loved it. I loved being competitive there.
Right.
And when that finished, I was like sad. So it's like, I can't compete. Now I'm like in a bowling league or like, I can't compete. And it sparked as soon as I played my stepdad, it sparked. I'm like, okay, I want to beat you. I'm watching YouTube videos to take you down. So I think it sparks that.
Yeah.
And finally, it's just fun.
Yep.
You can have fun working out and look down on your watch and see that you burned 800 calories. Can't beat it.
And your place, is beautiful. I mean, the inside of the facility is I just think I love the way it's set up. How many courts are there? There's quite a few.
16 courts. And what's really cool about how and the mindset of why it was built was it's a pickleball facility built by players. So really intentional with why would we put fencing here? What kind of screen would be good? What type of court surface do we want to use? What about the lighting? There were so many factors that went into it to make this facility the best in the area.
And I think you guys succeeded at that. As far as playing there, do you have to be a member to be able to play at the pickleball club, or can you just book court time? How does that work?
You can just drop in. You don't have to be a member.
Okay.
We do offer memberships with additional perks, but our biggest goal, and I think this is Lucas's goal, we want to grow the game. How do we grow the game of pickleball? And it is open to everybody.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 100%. I think sometimes, like my friends, I try to introduce them. They're like Northville Pickleball Club. They think it's membership only. And I'm like, no, we're growing the game. Come on in. It's $10, $15 for a couple hours of exercise. Drop in, come play with us. Let's go.
Yeah, that's great because and then people can have fun because it is very user friendly, I guess is one way to explain it.
It is. It's easy to grow the game of pickleball because it's easy to get good at relatively. It's easy to get good at. You're not really going to get injured, like football or anything like that. It's nothing crazy. And it's easy to teach, For me to teach my mom how to play pickleball takes me a couple minutes and she can hit the ball back and forth with me. It's fun.
That's great. So for beginners, how do you guys approach that? Do you suggest people just come in and give it a try with their friends, or should they take a lesson first?
Yeah, my go-to is we have a Let's Play Pickleball party, which we do like once a month.
Okay.
And it's like it's for people that have already played pickleball to bring their friends who haven't ever played pickleball for free. Or they come for free. It's a great time because it's easy to bring a friend and they feel welcomed. It's easy for them. But if you don't have a friend that already plays pickleball, I would say just sign up for a learn to play class. The coach is never going to judge you. It's a learn to play class.
Right.
It's new, and you're signed up with all other new people, right? And we run those almost every day.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I think the learn to plays are the best way to start. I mean, from the minute you walk in the door, the staff is going to be so encouraging. We know it's your first time here. We are going to be so uplifting and support you through your pickleball journey. So
The night I was there, I had played once or twice. I had a decent idea, but a couple of the women from the Northville chamber hadn't. And so we just all got out there, and one of the coaches, I forget his name now, but he came out and just helped everybody and made it fun.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
There you go. That's what it's about.
Okay. Everything was I'll say everything's easy. You said teaching it is pretty simple, except when it gets to the scoring system.
Yeah.
That to me is bizarro.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure for you, it's like second nature. It doesn't remind me of like tennis. How did that come about? Any idea?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. And that's a tricky one. So in the back of my head, I was like, okay, maybe not the scoring, right?
Right.
But playing pickleball is outside of the scoring. We're trying to find a good way of like, should we put how to keep score on the walls or a big poster?
Or just change the system altogether.
Just change the system.
Just make your own
be
Northville
innovative.
pickleball scoring system. Right.
Yeah. But
I'm just joking.
the scoring system, I have no idea how it was created.
Right. And the more you play, the more you'll start to understand the scoring. And what's nice is it's more common to play doubles in pickleball rather than singles.
Right.
So you can always ask your partner, what's the score?
As far as if people come for a learn to play class, do they need to have their own paddle, or can you guys provide paddles for them?
Yeah, we have our own paddles that we have house paddles. We have demo paddles when you're ready to make the investment. So it's like you test it before you drive it.
Right. Yeah.
He's ready for the game.
I'm ready to go. So as soon as we get done here, we're heading up. Yeah, not quite that soon, but pretty soon. But this is nothing special, but just something I grabbed out of our garage.
That's all you need.
Little paddle ball, and this is it's kind of like a wiffle ball, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hard plastic.
Mhm.
Yeah, hard
Right?
plastic.
Since it's like wiffle ball, it doesn't bounce too high when you're playing. That's one of the other things I think makes it a very approachable game.
Yes.
Even if you wind up and really, really lay into it, it's not going to go that far.
Yeah, it's not like tennis where if you barely miss it, it's going into the neighborhood.
Right.
This is, you can mess up, but you can't mess up that bad.
And you do some women's nights there, did you say, Kacy?
We do all sorts of themed parties and events and mixers to make everyone feel included. So we do girls' night out once a month where no boys allowed in the building. It's just the girls playing pickleball.
Okay.
And it's just a great opportunity to meet new friends and play with old friends. We do beginners lady socials for those new players that just want to come out and have fun, but also get a little bit of exercise. We've seen that be a really good success. We also do all sorts of leagues. We do right now a senior 55 plus league, which is open to all skill levels. But it's just, again, a good way to meet people similar age and just get yourself out there.
I really am looking forward to that, to coming over, and I'd like to meet more people.
And it's a great way.
Yeah.
It's a great way. And we offer what we call session play. So it's designated based on your skill level, and you sign up by yourself and we will make the game happen. So you don't have to have a partner. You don't have to know anyone, and you probably might not know anyone in the
Right.
game, but we'll create a round robin sheet and you play with a different partner every time. And it's just a really good way to mix and mingle. And it's for 2 hours. So it's really,
Oh, wow,
it's
that's
a really
cool.
great, it's a really great session.
That's awesome.
It is.
I like this. Then, of course, Brew Cafe is at your place as well, right? I thought that was really cool when we came that night. I know they have one location in downtown Northville, and now they've got a spot inside of the club there.
Yeah, it's his second location. He's part of the family. We love Sandro and Sweet Brew Bistro. So he does everything from smoothies and salads to protein shakes and wraps. He also does all of our on-site catering for private parties, which is a really nice,
Wow.
it's a really nice perk. It makes all the private events that we do like pretty turnkey. You just show up for your event ready to play. And we do everything from birthday parties to corporate event outings to chamber events. So
There you go.
we're very versatile with what we can do. It's really good team building too.
I mentioned this morning, I was like, you know what? We may have to get the guys and the girls from the office and come over one night and just to have a little fun.
Yeah.
And
It's great. It's great for team building.
Yeah.
Because, you're putting yourself out there in a different way and everyone's having fun.
So did you play tennis before pickle or not really?
So I have never played tennis really. I played tennis on a pickleball court. And then yesterday was my first time playing tennis on a full court.
Huh.
Singles. And and it actually transfers pretty good.
Okay.
I played with somebody that comes from a tennis background. I mean, we had fun. We had, good exchanges. So
Cool.
tennis translates really well to pickleball. Everybody knows that. Good tennis players usually make good pickleball players, but I don't
Right.
think people quite know that good pickleball players make good tennis players yet.
Huh.
And a lot of my tennis buddies that have grew up playing, college tennis are like, yeah, pickleball does translate to tennis as well.
Interesting. Did it just feel like the court was huge, like at first to you, or not really?
No, the biggest thing is the weight of the racket.
Right.
It drops. It's just way heavier.
Yeah.
And then the bounce. But the court wasn't an issue for me.
Gotcha.
I'm a runner. I like to move around. But so the court wasn't the problem. It was the bounce of the ball, and then the racket weight. That's the
Right.
biggest thing.
Anything that people might not know about that we haven't covered so far?
Well, I'm gonna let Lucas talk about this, but we're super excited to host my first pickleball tournament.
Ah,
So why don't you talk about
nice.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that have never played a tournament and don't even, they just started pickleball. They didn't even think about a tournament yet. So we've began the journey of growing pickleball, and a lot of people have become pretty competitive. So we're like, let's host a my first pickleball tournament for those people that just recently 1-2 months into the game, maybe a year now into the sport, and they're ready to do their first tournament. We set up my first pickleball tournament for them, just an easy first entry affordable tournament for those people, so they could get a little glimpse of greatness with the tournaments. That's how I got hooked. I started with a 3-0 tournament, and I played with I believe it was my stepdad, and we were close to losing, but we pulled it away, and that got me hooked as well into tournaments. And once you're in the tournament mode, you usually start piling them on. So we're hosting the My First Pickleball tournament, which is exciting. Another thing that we didn't mention that I think is exciting for a lot of people is we do workout classes for all skill levels. So I said earlier, like one of the things that people love about the sport is you can burn calories in a fun way. So it's a intense, there's music playing in the background, but it's never to the point where you're looking at the timer or like, when is this over? I'm a runner, and even sometimes when I'm running, I'm like, okay,
Right.
this has
Yeah.
been
Like,
like
how
30.
much further do I have to
Yeah, like
go?
this isn't
Yeah.
fun. So our
Right.
workout classes are exciting and people love them. So I think that's one thing that you could get into pickleball for, is simply a workout.
So is it like up tempo pickleball?
Exactly it. No
Okay.
downtime. As soon as that ball finishes, another ball is coming in. So a coach is feeding it. It's nonstop. The music's cranked up.
Ah,
It's
The
called
coach
live
is
ball.
It's called
live
live ball.
ball.
Live ball.
Yep.
Okay.
So they do it in tennis. Maybe we copied it from tennis and took it over to
Sure.
pickleball.
Yeah.
But man, it works well.
Ah.
So there's that. And then there's a bunch of other things. I think one exciting thing that we do is we host events for people, and whether that's a team building event or their own tournament. So there was a group of high schoolers that asked us a couple months ago, and actually here coming up is, I want to play against other kids my age, and I
Gotcha.
have a group of 30 friends. I don't know how to host a tournament. Can you do this for me? I'm like, yeah, let's go. So we
Wow.
hosted a tournament for a bunch of high school kids, and then they just go and compete against each other.
And yeah, that's the thing, because I think you guys do make this very easy for people. So let's say somebody listening right now is going to be like, you know what? I want to give this a shot. What might be the easiest avenue for them?
I would stop in. One of our hospitality agents will help you. They'll give you the full grand tour. We'll get you set up. And we use an app called Court Reserve.
Okay.
Like compared to Open Table for pickleball. So
Yep.
that's where you book all of your lessons, all of your court times. You book everything through there. So they will help you get set up, and they'll get your first learn to play scheduled.
But yeah, I know sometimes it can be a little bit much. I know, like, my stepdad and my mom, when they first got it, they were like 5, 6, 7 days a week. And every dinner that we had, and I was hooked too. We would sit at the table, and it'd be like, okay, this is a little bit too much. Let's not talk about pickleball. So we talked about, like, we talked about something in our lives, and then 30 seconds later, talk about pickleball again.
Keeps coming back.
It's dangerous. It's a dangerous bug sometimes.
Funny, one of our son's ice hockey coaches, he retired from coaching hockey, moved down to Florida, and now I believe he's nationally ranked in pickleball. His name's Brady Kramer.
Okay.
So if you ever come across Brady Kramer, he grew up in the Philly area, was like a really good hockey player and multi-sport athlete, and he's just totally hooked on pickleball.
Yeah. Hockey players have it. And what they have is like the mindset. I've talked to like former Red Wings, and they have the mindset down, to win. They know how to win. They know how to get good. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
That's interesting. There's a certain mentality that they have that it's just like figure out how to do this and win. What is the exact address for people in case they want to?
Yep, 40100 6 Mile Road in Northville.
In Northville, right next to Ward Church. Website's great. That's northvillepickleball.net. Northvillepickleball.net. Is there a phone number we should give out?
Yeah, our phone number is 810-207-5698.
Very
good. Call or text. We've always got people on the line to help, and we're here to start your pickleball journey. We're really excited.
Awesome. Well, great having both of you here today. I appreciate you coming and educating myself and hopefully everybody out there a little bit about the game of pickleball, but also how you guys approach it in trying to make it easy to get involved with and to have fun socially. It's not all about if I win or lose a pickleball game. It's more hanging out with people and getting some exercise while you're doing it.
Right. We want the good games and the good matches, but we want everyone to walk out with a smile.
Which, let's face it, isn't always going to happen. No, I'm just joking around. I'm sure, Lucas, I'm sure you walked out of some places sometimes like not smiling, but
yeah, it wasn't always walking out. It was something out there.
As long as you have fun, that's fun.
fun. It's all fun. So that is awesome. Check them out. Come check us out. Here we are in downtown Plymouth at 930 West Ann Arbor Trail. And the real estate market is starting to pick up now as the weather gets nice. As agents, we now see an uptick in things. So if you're out there and you're thinking about putting your house on the market, or you might be looking for a place, we've got plenty of great listings. They're all in the front window here. You can see them from right outside. So you know, just like Kacy said, great thing to do is stop into their pickleball club and meet the people. And once you see the facility, you're going to be even more impressed. But here, stop in. I'll talk to you. Somebody here will be happy to help you out, and that's why we're here in downtown Plymouth. Anything else, guys?
Yeah, just wanted to say thank you for inviting us out, and really appreciate talking. So.
No,
thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So we will see you over at the Pickleball Club, and we will see you next time on Remericast.